all of this. So your LH, I'm just write this all down, promotes production of your gonadal hormones mature follicles of egg, and then triggers ovulation and release of estrogen and progesterone. So your LH overall, you can see, promotes production of gonadal hormones. Gonadal hormones are estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Women have a little bit of testosterone, but it's mainly estrogen and progesterone that you see in women and testosterone that you see in men. So this luteinizing hormone is going to promote that production. And the gonadal hormones are pretty much what controls the maturation of the eggs, as well as ovulation in women. So that's why it says that it helps, this luteinizing hormone helps mature the follicles, triggers that ovulation, and releases that estrogen and progesterone, because that's what it focuses on. It focuses on that production of the gonadal hormones. So in males, testosterone is what it focuses on. So you'll notice with both of these are absent in children before they've hit puberty. You won't see these hormones. They only show up when the kid has hit puberty. So it's pre-pubertal, you won't see it. Then you have the regulation of these gonadotropins. These are going to be triggered by the gonadotropic releasing hormone, or GnRH, which again is how it sounds, gonadotropic releasing hormone, and that occurs during and after puberty. And then it's suppressed by gonadal hormones. So what happens is this FSH and LH are triggered by the GnRH, and then they go and they promote that production of the gonadal hormones. You're going to have the estrogen, progesterone, or testosterone, and that's going to be produced and secreted, and you're going to see that the concentrations are going to rise. And when the concentrations get too high, it's going to send a signal back saying, and it's basically that inhibiting factor. So it's going to inhibit the this FSH and LH process. It's going to bring that down. The concentrations of the estrogen, progesterone, testosterone are going to lower. When they lower, it doesn't have that inhibiting effect anymore. So then the FSH and LH are going to pick back up, and that's really how it maintains that homeostatic level. It kind of in itself works for and against it. But I think, yeah, so that was the end of the gonadotropin. So the last one is prolactin. So I'm going to write the main function stimulates milk production in females. The main function is listed specifically for females because the role isn't really well known in men. They know if there's too much or too little. There have been studies that have linked that to certain things, but the normal appropriate level of prolactin, they don't really know what it does. So it is known for females though, so that's why it's kind of focused. That stimulates that milk production for females. So this regulation is primarily controlled by, guess what, prolactin inhibiting hormone, PIH. This is also known as dopamine. So that's what it is. So this PIH, or this dopamine, is going to prevent the release of your prolactin until it's needed. And so you have decreased levels leading to lactation. You have increased estrogen levels are going to stimulate prolactin. So estrogen promotes it, stimulates it, then your PIH, that prolactin inhibiting hormone, is going to inhibit it. And this increase of estrogen levels stimulates that prolactin, and that's really the reason for like breast swelling or tenderness during the menstrual cycle. But then you also have like after you've had the child, the prolactin is going to also be stimulated by suckling. That will basically be that trigger to release prolactin and promote continued milk production. So this is why when a child is weaned off of breast milk and they start eating all their baby foods, the woman's breasts don't continue to just produce milk. They don't have to like pump out the breast milk for the rest of their lives. It's because of this prolactin. It's being stimulated by that suckling action. So as soon as that's taken away, you don't have that trigger, so it will slowly kind of go away and then you won't have that milk production.